My name is Anne Rainton. I'm the CEO and the owner and the founder of Image Innovators, and we've been around since 1996. Originally, we were the Australian Image Company, and then we changed to Image Innovators. And the very big difference about us is that we are a training and resource company. So we're not a company, and I'll just use the word Colour Me Beautiful, sprang to mind, that's all about them, and then they have consultants. We are a training and resource company where we're all about our consultants, training them well and giving them lots and lots of resources. Before I became an image consultant, I was a palliative care nurse. So that's a very different industry to come from. And I've absolutely loved this career, and it's been it's amazing how when one door shuts, another door opens. So that's me. I'm going to introduce you now to Claire Maxfield, who is my 2IC and my head trainer. And over to you, Claire.
Thanks, Anne. Hi, I'm Claire Maxfield. I first studied as an image consultant back in 2002. And it was probably I'd been a flight attendant prior to that. That was my previous career, and the airline collapsed. So this is my new career. And here it was something I thought I'd do for a couple of years. Well, then I think it was about 3 years after that, Anne and I parted ways. Because I literally trained here when it was the Australian Image Company. And on and off started my own training. And during that, I've sort of managed to train consultants all around the world. I started probably the first online image consultant training school out there. I've written 5 books that have all been published. You can get 2 of them on Amazon. I'm going to get the others on Amazon too. And Anne caught up with me about 3-4 years ago now and said, I think we can work together. Which is a bit strange because during that time I was running my own training school. I had my own colour system, and it's like, really? Okay. Sorry, I went the wrong way. I'm looking at the wrong way. And we sat down. I went, you know what? This makes sense, because I knew all the programs. I knew all the tools here. I'd seen how far she'd evolved and how much she'd developed. And so I came back. And what is absolutely marvellous for anyone who's listening to us right now is we are, as Anne said, a full-time resource and training company. So we are here to make sure your business and your career goes as far and as well as you can make it. So rather than us running our own business and in the end we all end up being sort of, competitors to each other, we're here to make you the best you can be. And we're here, during our business hours as much as we can for you. So that's me. And as you'll see my line, I've always said I want to make looking good simple and attainable for everyone, not just for those at the top and not just for those that we think can afford it. I want anyone, everywhere, to be able to look their best. And in fact, I've always said I want image consulting to become commonplace. And what I mean by that is everyone has a hairdresser, everyone, has the boutiques they like going to, and everyone has an image consultant that they rely on. So that's where I'm coming from, and I'm hoping I can help you. Sorry, Anne.
That's all right. Well, as I've mentioned, Image Innovators is all about resourcing and training consultants, and we have a catchphrase: "Your potential is our passion," and I think that sums us up. We have many hundreds of consultants around the world, and these are just a touch of them. Claire and I have also both won international awards from the Association of Image Consultants. So I'm very proud of the company and everybody who's in it. We've also trained some of the leading image consultants out there: Ferial Yilkin, Lula Kia, Wendy Lee, the wonderful Claire Maxfield. That's just amongst some have gone on to have had fantastic careers and companies of their own. But what you've come here today to find out about is about our online course. And it's something that it took several years for Claire and I put together, many, many, many hundreds of hours that we put into it. And we are absolutely proud of it. And we feel that hopefully you'll love it too. It's called Mastering the Basics of Image Consultancy, but we've actually taken it way, way beyond the basics, as you'll find out if you join with us. So I'm going to start off by clarifying what is an image consultant, because not everybody knows. Everyone tends to know what a stylist is, but they don't really know what an image consultant is. And I do have a short video I did on My Private Stylist not so long ago. If you would like to have a copy of it, let me know so that you can see everything I said. But basically, a stylist is somebody who knows a lot about fashion, about what's in fashion, and taking women shopping, getting them to have clothes that make them look absolutely fantastic today. And when they go shopping, everyone gets a wonderful experience. They come away with clothes they're happy with, and it's all good, and they're done and dusted. What an image consultant is about is a little bit of a broader and longer term view of you and your needs. So we are about your body shape, about your lifestyle, about your goals, about your aspirations, about your budget, and your work, all those sorts of things. So we want to look at you as a total person, and then go into not just what you wear, although we know that's terribly important for how you feel about yourself and how others will react to you, but also the other things that make up what an image consultant is. Things like body language and etiquette and reputation and the way you think about things, the way you deal with people. So we work not only in fashion, we also work in corporate areas, and we can take and help people on many levels advance their careers and all sorts of things. I've worked in hospitals, I've worked in corporations, I've worked in prisons, I've worked in mental institutions, I've worked just about everywhere. So it's much broader than what a stylist will do. And in fact, I think you could easily say an image consultant is also a stylist. Stylists are very much about today and fashion. Image consultants are more about you and the long term. And that's the way I sum it up. So the next question, what some people would say is, well, who would be your clients? And to me, that's a really interesting question, because I guess in one sense you could say, well, anyone who wears clothes, therefore just about everybody. But that is pretty much true, because it's not just about who wears clothes, but everyone goes to work or has a lifestyle or whatever, and everyone hits their peaks and their troughs of their life. And it's often during those troughs in life, those challenges, where people need to reassess what's going on in their life, and they often will reach out to an image consultant to help them get over that struggle or go through that next door of goal that they have in their life. So we have everything from stay-at-home mums to students to politicians to people in the corporate world to just about everywhere. And so really the image consultant clients that we have are from every walk of life, every age group around. Have you got anything to add to that, Claire?
No. Look, I suppose our clients, often they will see something in us that is reflected, it comes from within them. So when often someone says, could I have a career in it? What sort of client? And you'll find that there'll be something in you that will attract the client that will have no interest in Anne, no interest in me, and no interest in many others. So there is plenty of work and clients out there that do come from the most unexpected of corners.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So what are the benefits of a career in image? And let me tell you, I think they are huge. First of all, you work for yourself. And that has a lot of advantages just there. It's true, it takes more work working for yourself, but you get much more reward in that as well. And I think there's never been a time like now to start thinking about, well, do I work for myself, when we have situations like what's happening around the world at the moment. that means you work your own hours. So you can work part-time, you can work full-time, you can work it around your family, you can work it around your partner's job. So that's a really big positive too. And you do what you love. There are lots of people trapped in jobs they don't like. And, there's so many people that says, I've always loved, sometimes they say, I've always loved fashion because that's what they think it all is about. And to be able to escape what they're doing. Do you know, we have had people become successful consultants, image consultants, who have been lawyers, doctors, from careers that you would think people wouldn't leave to do this. But people will leave a career if they're unhappy, and they will flourish in a career that they actually really enjoy. And there's nothing better than going to work and not feeling like you're at work. I love every day that I do what I do, and that's a wonderful thing. And the next one is making a tangible difference in the lives of others. I think that's one of the things that I got the biggest kick out of, knowing that I could help a client get to where they wanted to be through whatever challenge they're going through. And that when they're to that point where they go, oh, I like who I am. I like what I'm seeing. I'm liking the way people are reacting with me now. Thank you so much. I got the promotion, or I've got a whole lot more friends, or I got a boyfriend, or whatever it is. To know that you've been a little bit of that journey for them to help them get to where they wanted to be is really such a rewarding thing. So there's not many careers, I think, that you really get that gut feeling of, I really made a difference in this person's life. We've mentioned you can work with people from all walks of life, and I've loved some of the people that I've worked with, young and old. And it's a profession that meets both pain and pleasure triggers. And by that I mean 70% of the clients who come to us tend to be clients who are at a juncture in their life where something's gone wrong. Maybe they've had a divorce, maybe they've struggled through a long illness, maybe they didn't get the job they just knew was theirs. Something's happened that's made them go, crikey, I need to really reassess things about myself. And they'll reach out to an image consultant in that way, and we can really help them make a big difference. But then there's the other group who read some of our blogs, or see us on social media, or talk to us, or hear about us, or see a TV show about it, and they go, my gosh, that sounds so interesting. That's so much fun. And they're the pleasure people. And so they come to us not because they've got a need, but because they want to experience the fun of going through a makeover or having someone come and go through their wardrobe. And that's a lot of fun when we do that. All right. Also, it has no age limit. So, there's a lot of careers out there that as you start to get older, particularly for a woman, then, you start to get a ceiling on you, and things start to get a little bit more difficult. Whereas this is a career that actually will work with you. It will move along as you age, as you change the way you look at your career, as you change who you like and all the rest, the types of clients you like working with. It will just work with you. So I've been in this industry since I was in my 30s, and now I'm in my 60s, and I've just kept moving with the times and moving with different audiences, and it's great. So there's no real age barrier to being in this. I even know a consultant who's in her 70s who's still doing a lot of work in Sydney. So your business and your clients evolve as you do. Also, the startup costs are pretty low considering a lot of other professions and careers you can take. This one has a fairly low startup cost. You can work from home. I think that's a big benefit. I work in a place where it's a bit tricky to get out of at night because it's bottlenoses with traffic, and I often see the traffic passing my door of a morning and go, oh, I don't have to be in that traffic anymore. So I think that's really good. And you can become a specialist. So lots of people will go down and find a niche. So sometimes the niche might be a certain age group. It might be a plus size. It might be that you work only with professionals. We know people who only deal with high-end jewelry, people who deal with eyewear. So there's all sorts of niches that you can make your own if you wanted to do that. Have you got anything to add to that, Claire?
I was actually going to add, when you're saying about ages, I remember I trained one girl. I think she turned 21, either just before or just after the training. And she's gone on to create a global career out of it as well.
Oh, yes, I know who you're talking about. Yes.
And like you, I was just when you were talking, I went, what was I again? And I was in my late 30s when I started, and I'm in my mid-50s now because I've nearly been doing it 2 decades. And so there really is no ideal age to start. You can be, well, you want to be at least your 20s so you can start a business. 20s, 30s, 40s. I've trained women in their 50s and 60s who have gone on because based on what's in their past and what's their passion, they can create a career out of it. So age is nothing. It is irrelevant because what we're doing is we're working with people at various stages in their life. And as we got here, the services. So we're looking with someone's style, how they present themselves for maybe their, a job, a career, dating, everyday life, just to feel better. We can go into their wardrobes. I've seen wardrobes that go through many rooms. I've seen one wardrobe with about 10 clothes in it. Size doesn't, impact us. We can take them shopping. I took someone shopping who had a budget of $500. I've taken someone shopping who spent over $5,000. We can do makeovers for them. I've worked with women who are going through weight loss transformation, so I help them along the way. Work on their professional image and their everyday image, personal branding, corporate branding. There are so many elements that we work with. So let's have a look here of why you might want to train with us. We've been training consultants. Anne's been trained since 1996. I started training in 2007. That's a lot of decades under our belts that we've been training. I started the first online image consultant training course back in about 2010 because when I left the airlines, I actually did my first course, my Train the Trainer, which is known globally, online. So I sort of went, we've got to be able to do this online. So we've been working with an online presence for a very long time. We're both skilled. We're both awarded. We're both experienced trainers, not just us, but the other trainers we have within Image Innovators as well. There are over an excess of 100 hours of online video training, pages and hundreds of pages of notes, slides, quizzes, and assignments. I'm going to show you those when we get to them a bit later. You will have a one-on-one relationship. I do most of the online at the moment, but Anne's helping as well. You will see both of us in the videos. So you will get to know us very well, and you can contact either of us at any time. And our feedback is not just a tick, you did it. We actually, when I get an assignment, I put it up on the screen here of the computer, and I have another screen where you will see me talking to you. So it's not just a generic sheet you get back. It will be saying, hi, so-and-so, this is what you've gone. Look, I liked what you did here. And then we get to add extra information in there.
If I can just butt in there for a minute too, Claire, and I just want to say that training with experienced, skilled consultants is really important because there are a lot of training schools out there that people have put their shingle up as a trainer and they almost don't have any experience with clients at all. And there are some companies that will train someone and let them train someone else almost the next day. And I think that that's very harmful to the industry, and it's very disappointing to someone who trains and pays that money and then finds there's no substance behind it, because you want a trainer who's been through a lot of things so that when you have questions about the corporate field or a transgender client or a client with cancer or whatever it is, you've got someone to come back on who's had many, many years in the field, who's probably come across these things that can help you and especially talk to you if you've got those questions in the training. A lot of them can't do that. So I think that's really, really important.
And it is sad because occasionally we do get students come in and go, I've just paid all this money over there and I didn't get, I still don't know colour. I still don't know body shapes. I still don't know clothing. So just do your homework.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to give you all the information. So why train with us again? We have, and I'm going to go into a bit more, like this is just one of the 5 manuals that you have access to when you're training. It always comes, beautiful. I was going to say full colour. Of course, I opened it up. One page that's got that was our men's work. See, this is information there. It's just gorgeous. You get with your membership, with your training, you'll get 6 months complimentary membership to Image Innovators. That alone is worth $300. If you do style, if you do colour, you get another 6 months. So altogether, that's $600. Our programs, our women's and men's styling is online. We're about to launch the colour online tools, which we'll tell you a bit more about. You have so many resources which we're going to share and explain to you in here. And we have over 1,000 ready to brand social posts. We know one of the hardest things when you first start is thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to get onto social media. Well, we've made it easy for you. We don't just have the images, we have the text. We even show you how to put your logo onto our images, but we've got more about that coming up. And over 80 educational on-demand webinars that you can watch at any time. So you're thinking in-house, online, what's the difference? All right, in-house, yes, you do get to sit there. You do get to say, is this what you mean, Claire or Anne or, Lula or Kyla or Arnell? They're all of our trainers. You do get that. You do get to interact with the other students around the class. But there is time away from home, but you do get the hands-on component.
And the cost from being away from home.
Being away from home. And the cost for the in-house. So online. Let me tell you, because I've been training online for so long, sometimes I'm thinking maybe, Anne, it was my online that brought me over. Meant you wanted me here. Some of my online students have done far better than I find some of the classroom, because the difference between online and classroom. Classroom, yes, you get the manual, and these are our style training manuals. But we don't go through every lesson with you in the classroom. We can't possibly in 6 days. So we sort of jump between lessons. When you're doing online, we ask you and we expect you to read every lesson. And because of that, you will know all the material in depth. It is more affordable than the classroom because you don't have us standing in front of you for the same length of time. We're not out of the office for the same period of time. As we said, there's more in-depth teaching because you are going through every lesson. And you'll find when you read everything and have to do it for yourself, you do pick it up. Because I might say to you in an assignment, can you show me, I'm thinking what I've got on my desk, that's a picture of a white swatch. Now I won't, and you might go, and you're looking at these and you might go, oh, Claire, is it this one? Whereas in the classroom and the online, I'll say, show me a picture of a white swatch. And you go, well, I'll pop that picture up. You have to be committed to your answers. You sit there and you go, and you feel stronger about it because you've you are, what's the word I'm looking for? Committed to the answer you want. And again, I think you have a good relation with us both ways, but with the online, you hear us talking so much to you. We've had students go, it's so sad I finished training. I don't see you guys every day anymore. So there's some of the differences you'll have. And what we train you in. With our courses, we work very closely with AICI. And you'll see here, AICI is the Association of Image Consultants International. They're our governing body. There are a couple of other associations around the world, But for us, these are the ones we're aligned with. These are the ones Anne and I are both accredited to train and be image consultants with, and we have our courses accredited through them. And the core competencies that they have many in there, and the ones that we make sure we cover in our training is personal style. We have a whole course on it. Personal color, we have another course on that. Image management, that's all in our style course, as well as we cover that in our business course. Professional image, we have 4 lessons alone within the style image management on that. Business building, we have a whole course on that. And marketing, we have a whole post course on marketing. And as I said, everything we have there is, as we said, approved and assessed by our governing body. So we know we're giving you the best material out there. So the major courses we have our style and image management course, we have our advanced color analysis program, and our business building. And they all include our CEUs, our learning credits. But then some people, and because we have so much in here, people who have trained elsewhere go, you do so much. I just wish I did, had what you did on garment insides, or I just need help on accessorizing women, or, oh my God, all that work you've got on, the personality styles, the garment personality styles of clients, or just working with men. I haven't done anything on that, or just I need some more professional style or client services, which is consulting, wardrobing, shopping. We've broken them down into smaller bite size, because sometimes you just want a little, you don't want it all. So what we do say, though, is if you're looking at doing our full courses, they're all certified and accredited with AICI. If you're looking at these ones, I can let you know they are just modules from the big style one with the same videos and everything. So whilst they're not accredited through AICI, they have come out of the accredited course. So they are of the same caliber and standard. We just don't have any assignments. It's just sort of something bite-sized that you can just dive into and learn from. So let me just share with you now everything, well, not everything, but nearly everything that's involved in our style and image management. As I said, this is Manual 1. There are 63 lessons, and they are in full color. So you get access to, why is it every time I open it at a tab, and I keep getting, let's just open it. Oh, I'm getting all the text heavy ones. But I'm going to actually, here we go. Here's one of our girls' personality pages. There we go. All right. There are, as I said, 63 lessons, and they are in sections, many sections. So we have an introduction one. We have one that's all on the history of the female figure, one on the history of female fashion, the horizontal body types. They're all commonly known as, because we're looking at the horizontal body shapes, vertical proportions, how long and short someone's legs, torso are, elements on measuring your clients, whether dealing with vertical lines, garment insights. These are the line and design principles. Sorry, I get so much to say. Then we have, as I said, we've got in the accessorizing, heels and hosiery, hats. Then we go into personality styles. And you'll see here we've got, the natural, the sexy. They're just 2 of the 6 personality styles we work with our females. Then we have a whole section on men, their form, their personalities. We've got 7 male personality styles. We work on accessorizing males. We've also then got professional image. So the introduction, basics, working on body language. We have communication in professional. Then we have client services, consultations I mentioned before, one-on-one, the difference between doing an individual one-on-one personal style consultation and doing a group. I've done a group. Once I had 10 women in a group at a table. They all got their own personal style program at the end, and they all got individual attention. We teach you how to work with a group that way. Wardrobe auditing, doing presentations, taking someone shopping, all of these elements. But the other thing we have that a lot of other courses, in fact, I don't think any other training school out there does, is post-course assessments. So when you finish the course, you get a certificate of completion. When you've done the post-course assessments, you get a certificate of attainment. And the reason we do this is Anne and I both know how confusing, how frightening, how scary, overwhelming it can be going out with your first clients. So we get you to, at least with style, measure and do 5 post-course assessments on people so that you're really comfortable with measuring, assessing, looking at your client and going, that's who my client is, that's what they look like, making a program for you. And we give you all the license keys to do this with. We don't make you go out and purchase them. We give you everything you need to do all these assignments, and we assess them so you're not left thinking, did I measure that person the right way? Did I put the right information in? Am I giving them the right information? Because sometimes there's something in training that you miss, and then when you go out on your own, you're like, what was that again? So we make sure you know, so that when you go out there on your own, you've got all the information you need. But what I'm going to show you now is what it does look like inside a lesson. Now, one thing you can do, and I'm going to show you, we'll send you the link afterwards, is where is it? There it is. So opening up my website for you is, we've got some, I'll send you a link. You can go in and do some free parts of this, where you'll get access to all of these. Now, these are all of the lessons that we have online, but let me show, these words in the brackets are how long the video with every lesson is. See, dress codes, 19 minutes, running a presentation, 31 minutes, a wardrobe audit, 25 minutes, personality styles for men, they're roughly around 10 minutes on each personality, 20 minutes for, what was that? Shirts. Here, eyewear, 43 minutes. You can be almost an eyewear expert. You'll know a lot more than often some of the optometrists know out there. Heels and hosiery, 17 minutes. Jackets, elements, body shapes, half an hour. Other figure considerations, so that can be if they've got big thighs, little thighs, heavy arms, all of these things, 26. Face shapes, 30 minutes. It's not just a little bit. So let's go into the, I'm not going to the face shapes, I did that one earlier. Let's have eyewear. I think I did that one too. So let me show you. When you click on it and it's having a think, you will get a video. You will get the lessons. You will get the downloads of all of the slides that are used. You will get a quiz as well. So when this comes up,
looks like everyone's online.
Okay, so
With Anne Rainton.
Just pause it. So it automatically starts. And when you scroll down, you will then, there's 14 pages. Now, see, I was looking at it earlier. These are, and this is what's inside the manual. Now, we don't have this downloadable. And the reason we don't have this downloadable is, unfortunately, and I have both experienced in the past when we've had downloadable training material, that other people have come in, downloaded it, and started training with our training material. So that's why you can purchase the manuals. And we're going to offer you something special at the end of this, which might make purchasing the manuals that little bit easier for you. And you'll see here, these are all of the slides. Now you can download them. So what I recommend you do is you download the slides and you can make your notes if you haven't purchased the manual as you're going through it. Now my computer's taking a little bit of time to download those as well, but you'll see here you can download it. Then if we go through, so you have a quiz. First one, I must admit, I've done this earlier today. What is the general shape of the frame on page 30, 14? We've gone, you click it and you can check it. So some consultants, some students will do this before they've done it. Some of them have just trained elsewhere to test their knowledge. Others will do it at the end. Now this one I'm purposely going to do the wrong. So I think it might have been, let's check. I can't remember. So, and it'll give you what is the correct answer. And so you have these to do. So as you're going through it, you get to self-test yourself on the lesson. Let's go back in here. Right. So these are the tools that you get. So when you sign up, you get tools with the style. We send you all of these to use as part. So you can automatically start working. I want to show you some of the course add-ons. So there are style resources that you can purchase and sell if you're doing corporate training. There are cards you can do, and these are dress code cards, and you get people to pop them in the order they should be. We have, which we're very proud of, and the reason I have them here, are our men's suiting kits. And these are cards of shirts and suits, and you put them together and then you can choose a tie. So the reason I've pulled this out, and you can pop it in there, is you can make outfits up. And can I tell you, male clients love this. They love getting to have a play with this. We also have our online My Private Stylist program, and we have that here. So this is an example from inside. We teach you how to use that, and considering everything that's going on right now, being able to work with your clients and write up their program is just gold. And then we've also got the shopping companion that goes with it. And so you can buy these and give to your clients. You can buy these and send, or if you've had someone purchase it through your website and they buy it, you get also the funds from that. But this is gold, having a way you can work with your clients, because we don't know how long this new world order is going to be. So you don't.
And Claire, if I can also say that the My Private Stylist program and Men of Style is a computer assisted program, and so that means that when you work with a client after you're trained, you can actually edit the results, add your own comments in. There's a lot of features and functionality for a consultant. So it's not just that you're going to do some measurements and a program's going to be made for you and you just have to do that. It is fully customizable by you. So it makes it very unique. There's no other program like it in the world, and it allows you to get a program that you know is going to be perfect for that client, because you might have a cross-dresser and it needs to be massaged a little bit in order to work for him. So that's a really important part of our programs.
And the other thing we love is that, as Anne said, you can put your own comments in. You can keep updating them. So you can keep saying to your clients, you know what, I've shuffled your favourites around for what's good for this season. I've left you some notes. Go in there. So you're constantly able to work on your clients, give them details and help them, not just when they're in front of you, but going forward and going on. And as Anne mentioned, we have our Men of Style, and they have their own book, and their whole program is all being updated at the moment. But I recently worked with a client. Now, I'm in Australia, and I had a client who was in Utah, and he was asking help with his shopping. So I went in and I gave him a program, and I looked, I was looking at it, and he got it, and he just went, oh, that's fantastic. Probably didn't do it the way I just did it, but he loved it. He just sent me these notes going, that's great. Now I know exactly what I should be looking for. So clients do not have to be in the same state or the same city. They can be the other side of the world for you. So that's just touching on what's in style. I'm going to hand over to Anne for colour.
Right, so we have our advanced multiracial color analysis program and training, and this is something I'm really proud of, because what we've done is we've taken it into where it should be today. So color analysis first started, actually it started way back in the 20s, but in the 80s it had the big resurgence, and that's when Colour Me Beautiful and all was born. And back then it was much more restrictive than it is now, and it was pretty much a program made just for white coloured people. So we've moved it on a great deal from that, and it's now a multiracial program. So in this program, you're going to learn all the basics of your color theory. You're going to learn some of the history of color analysis and some of the history of this industry. Then you're going to learn about human coloring, and we're going to start to go into what we call the directional method of doing color analysis, and we're going to work right through all the different directions. In the end, their swatch is going to be called your color ID, and we're going to do things like facial appearance. You may not have realized it, but the way somebody's face looks has a place to play in often what their best colors are. Sounds weird, doesn't it? But it works. Also, their personality does the same thing. I'll talk about that in a minute. So we go through that. We go through how you work this program if your client isn't white. So we talk about if they come from an ancestry of African ancestry, or Indian, Asian Indian, or Oriental Asian. We'll cover all those things, so you'll never be left thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Because I remember my first client after I trained was an Aboriginal woman, and I got really shocked because I wasn't ready for somebody who was dark skinned. But anyway, we got through it, so you're not going to have to worry about that. We also cover analyzing a client, whether we're using drapes or boards. So drapes are the more traditional way of doing it, and we've got boards now that is a quicker way of doing it. And when you know how to use them properly and you know all your theory and so forth, it's just as accurate either way. We do color personality, and that's absolutely fantastic. You've got no idea how there's all these subtle connections between you and your innate character and your coloring, or the coloring you're attracted to. So, for example, my hair's reasonably red. That's not my natural coloring, but I'm attracted to that coloring. It does suit my skin tone, but it also fulfills some of my personality needs as well. I feel stronger, if you like, when I'm a redhead. We also do color changes. So what happens as a person ages? How does their coloring changes, and what changes might be made to their color direction swatch? What happens with makeovers? Where would you go if someone says, I want a totally different look? How would you manage that? How would you know what is the right color direction to take them? We'll teach you all of that. And we'll teach you color strategies. And that is things like how to coordinate colors together, how to wear colors that are outside a client's range, how to wear impact colors so that when we coordinate colors together, sometimes your clients will want to have a look, especially in the corporate world, that is strong and powerful and look at me and listen to me and I'm the boss, where other times you'll want a professional, friendly look where you just want to not so much be noticed, but sit there and just listen and take it all in. So there's all these psychological strategies that will teach you as well. We also have client education. So we'll teach you how to help a client understand their colors and how to work with them well, so that it's more than just giving them a swatch and sending them on their way. And by the way, every swatch comes with a coordinating book. And so your clients will get the most out of their swatch. We'll teach you about the personalities of color, the psychology of color, which is Claire's baby. She loves psychology of color. We'll teach you about how to do consultations, whether it's a one-on-one or a group, whether it's a male or a female. They're all slightly different. So we'll teach you how to do that. We'll teach you how to do seminars and workshops. And let me tell you, there is an art to that, because if you're not careful, when you do a seminar or workshop on color, you'll give so much away that people will go, oh, I just know what I am. I don't need to see her now. So we'll teach you how not to do that. And then at the end, we're going to suggest you do some case assignments. So as we've mentioned before, you can do the course to this point and just get a certificate of completion. But if you want to make sure that you feel confident and you are competent to see clients after you've finished, we're going to suggest you go on and do the case assignments. Now, you'll need to do 10 correct assignments in order to be awarded this certificate. And that's probably going to take you 13 to 15 clients to actually do that. And while I'll be right up front with you, it's a lot of work. It's also a lot of work for us. And that's why 99% of training companies won't do this, because they just want your money, give you a bit of training, and that's it. We want you to be confident and competent. So if you take the time to do these extra assignments, you will know that when you're out there working with your client, there's no ifs and buts of, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? You'll know that you've done all those assignments that you've got right. And in you doing those assignments, it's amazing how we'll find the little areas where you thought you had it and you didn't. And so they are just so valuable. I can't tell you enough that I really recommend that you take the time and you actually do them. So there are some tools that you'll get with the training. And so these come to everyone. So they're little learning tools that we'll send you that you work with as you're doing the training. And then there are things that you can buy. So obviously there are color swatches. So we have premium color swatches. Oh, we're both going to hold one up. So premium color swatches, and we have them for males and females. So the black is the male and the white is the female. They have information on the back of them. And the information is things like hair and skin and eye intensifiers and enhancers. We have the name of the color. We have the temperature of the color. We have the way you would use the color in your wardrobe, the psychological effect of each color as it affects people in the Western world, and therefore what's the best way to use this color in your life. So that's all really interesting information. The male swatch, and you probably think, well, aren't they the same? They are, but where women like all their colors, just the reds and greens and blues and so forth together, the men wanted the information presented differently. They said, yeah, I want to know, what are my business shirt colors? What are my suit and trouser colors? What are my casual wear and tie colors? And so what we do is we take away some of the colors that are a little bit more female-ish than most men will wear, add in some extra suit and shirt colors. So the men are particularly happy when they get that. And there is a ebook that goes with each of the swatches, so that you won't ever have to worry about the client who's sitting there and you're teaching them stuff and they've got a look on their face going, oh, I'm never going to remember all this, and they either want to start writing things down. You can say, relax. Everything I'm going to teach you is going to be in this book I'm going to give you. Plus, as Claire is showing you there, we have nice little pouches to keep the swatches nice and tidy in as well.
They're made out of wetsuit material, so if it falls, anything gets wet in their handbag, their swatch doesn't get wet.
And we also have what's called a ombre swatch, and this is a swatch that's got colors that go from light to dark within what a client can handle, and these have nothing on the back. We purposely made these for when you need to have a slightly cheaper product. Not that our products are that expensive anyway, so our premium swatch is $35 for a professional consultant, which we'll learn about in a moment, and these ones are $21. So they're really quite inexpensive, and they come with the ebooks as well. We have face boards, which is where you put them up around the face and you can see the colors around it. You have the color manuals that we have as well. Now, with all the stuff that's happening in the world at the moment, everybody is flocking online to do online color analysis and online everything. And, you know, sometimes it's things like this that change the way we do things. You know, there's a lot of people that go, oh, I don't like doing things online. Well, hello, you better start getting used to doing things online. And sometimes it's like events like this which crack that barrier, and then, you know, if you thought online was big before, it's going to be enormous, because suddenly everyone's going to go, oh yeah, online, I'm cool with that. So I have been working for a year in creating a color program which it's going to be a color calculator, which no one's ever done before, and that's still not completely ready. It's probably a couple of months off yet. What I've also done is I've created all these online virtual tools. So you'll be able to do a color analysis for someone online using all these tools. This is just part of it that I've created, and I'm actually launching those to our consultants next week. Now, as a student, you're probably not quite ready for this for a while, but it is very important to know that that's what we've got, because there's a lot of companies that don't have anything like that. All righty.
Business building. All right, we have our business course. One of my students, when we first relaunched everything, because we rewrote everything, Anne and I worked together for a good year, rewriting everything about 2.5 years ago. And 2.5, 3. And anyway, the business building course, one of the first students to go through it, because we had to just test to make sure everything was working. She came out, she went, oh, Claire, I've been in business for 20 years. She's a hairdresser. And she said, this is the single best business course I've ever done. Because what it does, by the end of it, we go down here, we're about to expand it a little bit more, because that's what we do. We can't help but massage things. But it starts off getting into your head, knowing what you need. But then we really analyze who your client is, where they're coming from, how you're going to find them, what they need, what they want, how you can give it to them. Setting your value, because what a lot of consultants do when they start, they go, well, I don't want to spend, charge too much. You are valuable, and we help you understand how valuable you are, how to put the right price on your products, how to get the value back so you can create a business out of it that is going to support you. That is going to be as big or as small as you want. You don't have to be big if you don't want to be. You don't have to be small if you want to play big. We also help you go through all the practicalities of building a business, how to run consultations, how to run presentations. But everything in here, you will be working on your business. At the end of every lesson, it's do this, do that, how it relates to your business. Every example, everything we ask you to do will have you thinking, how is this going to work for me? So they're not generic answers. Every answer you give, so as you're working through it, you're building your business plan, you're building your business goals, and you're building your business. We can't speak about it high enough, because we just know the benefit it will bring to you. As well as this, we've also got a business building, a marketing course on the side that you can do as well on the end. So there is just so much in there. It looks small, but it packs a punch.
All right, so what we've covered so far is the main chunk of our training, and that's usually where it ends, but not with us. As a company, we've been around a long time, and our focus is on your business and your success. So we've done a lot of other things that you're going to get as part of this program. And that's what makes us so different. So the first thing is, after you've done your training, we're going to give you a 12-month post-course mentoring program. Now, why you need that is it's so easy to learn all this stuff, walk away, and then have life just get in the way. And before you know, 6 months gone, 8 months is gone, you haven't done anything. You start to go from that excited down to that I feel uncomfortable, I might just leave it. So we don't want you to do that. So we give you this course where the emails come to you each week, and it just keeps you on track and motivated. It suggests, have you done this? Have you done that? Remember, you learned this, you learned that. And it's a way just to keep you engaged and moving on, because we're not training you because we want your training money. All of that's nice. What we want is to have successful consultants who have a business that they're proud of and it's flourishing, and they stay on with us and buy the products from us. So your success is our success. So that's why we do that. Now, we also give you a membership with Image Innovators, and we are known for all the things that we try and do for consultants to help you thrive. So if you do the style part of the course, you get 6 months. If you do the color part of the training, you get 6 months as well. So that would be 12 if you did it all. And in this membership, you're able to do style programs and order products, and you'll get lots of webinars and things. I'll show you that in a minute. So you get the membership, which I'm going to go through with in a minute. You're going to get a membership to our Image Innovators Facebook group, which we do lots of things in. You're going to get a personal admin site, which is what you're looking at here, where you do all your work and you don't share that with anyone. That's just yours. You're going to get complimentary style programs to work with your clients. Now, if you do the full course, you've got 12 months of this, and you get 3 style programs, male or female, it doesn't matter, per month, that can add up to 100. So they're worth $45 each if you're a casual member. So you can actually just make your money back just on that from doing the training. You get wholesale products, and you get mentoring from Claire and I. So we give you our link to our calendar that you can book in and have chats with us whenever you feel that you need some mentoring. Now, within a membership, you also get educational webinars. So we want you to keep learning. The minute you think you know it all, your business is going backwards. And so twice a month, we do educational webinars. We do one on an image subject and one on a business subject. So these ones happen to be all the image subjects there. And so at the moment, there's about 80 some webinars that once we run them, they go on demand. And so it's always good to try and make them, because, there's a lot more interaction. But if you can't make it, then they will go on demand and you can see them anytime you like. Also, we do social posts. So it's very hard for someone who's new to think about, what am I going to write for social posts? And they're really important to get you going. And, do I have the skill to put them together and make them look good? Do I know what topics and what to say and blah, blah, blah? And so what we do is part of the membership is I create a new social post for you nearly every weekday. And not only do I create the social post, I give you the teaching that goes behind it that you would put up. I give you the call to action. I give you the hashtags. I do everything for you, and you get them as blank ones that you can brand to your own business. So they don't carry ours, even though some of those you'll see have our logo on it. You get the ones that are unbranded. And so that's worth a lot. And if you think that's great, there's over 1,000 in our bank waiting for you. So that is really cool. Now, I'm just going to stop and read what Elise is saying. A lot of information to get my head around. It is. And yes, I'm going to come to questions in a minute, and I'm going to answer all those things. So give me just a second. We are almost done. Okay, so some frequently asked questions. How long will the course take to complete? Well, you have 6 months per course to do it, and generally people can get it done in that time. And so, the average is somewhere between the 3 and 6 months, although we've had some people do it quicker than that. That'd be about right, Claire, yes?
On average, someone who's studying one of the modules, style or color, they take on average sort of between 3 and 6 months, but we have had a couple of students who have done them one did it in under 6 weeks, another one did it under 3 weeks, another one had 2 months, and she had colour from start to finish, including her 10 post-course assignments. So,
amazing.
and I see, Elise, you've asked, you're still working, what amount of time do you think I'll need every day to study?
That answer.
Next slide.
Yeah. Okay. So how long will you have access to the course? You'll have access to the course for as long as you stay a member with Image Innovators. How long will it take to get my assignment results back? Generally within the week that you put them up. I think that's fair to say, Claire. If it's usually shorter than that. If it's going to be longer for any reason, Claire will let you know. How much can I make as an image consultant? Well, that is a big question. It really depends on so many things. It depends on where you live. You know, if someone lives in New York as opposed to Minnesota, or someone lives in Sydney as opposed to Orange, you know, you're going to make extra money. Who are the market that you're aiming at? Is it professionals? Is it people with high levels of wealth? Is it not that group? How experienced you are? All those things change, you know, how much you're going to make. Are you going to work full-time? Are you going to work part-time? So it's hard to answer that question, though it always gets asked. This one, do I have to love or be good at fashion? And the big answer to that is no. While a lot of people come in saying, I've always loved this subject, my girlfriends always want me to go shopping with them and all that, and that's great. I'm somebody who has come in, who's been a palliative care district nurse, who actually hurt her back, fell into a seminar that did this, ended up doing a course, ended up training, and ended up where I am today, finding that I found a subject that I actually loved. So, you know, you don't have to have had that passion for fashion or style in the beginning. You can learn that it's there. You just didn't know you had it. All right. So, suggested course practice, and this is what you were asking, Elise. I suggest you find 2 hours a week. They don't have to be all at once, but at least an hour at once would be really good. Find 2 hours, diarise it, set it in stone. Find a quiet spot somewhere that you can study, because it's much better when it's free from all those distractions that children might be. And if I can also mention, it's not a good time to study when you're tired. So if it's really late at night, sometimes things don't stay in your head. You're better to actually get up early than to study late at night. I would also suggest you inform your family, as in the people living in your household, what you're doing, so they can get on board with mummy studying, and hopefully there's somebody there that can keep them amused while you can have that time to yourself. Also, try and talk to people about your new career, because if you are building that excitement about this is what I'm learning and I'm so excited, I can't wait to get my first clients and all the rest, then, you know, they're excited for you, they're boosting you on, and, you know, you start to build a clientele base from that, because they start to tell people. And be on the lookout for who you might be able to make some sort of business or strategic alliance with once you're trained, because that will always help to propel your business forward, all your business, all your life, business life, not just in the beginning. So those are the things that I would suggest. So we've come to our last slide, and I thank you for listening. And this is the time where if you've got questions, let's answer them. So Elise, I can see you've written there, which will be the best course or module to start with? Well, if you can't afford the whole course, it really doesn't matter whether it's color or style, because they are both 50% of a client's need. Because, you know, most clients will have both done if we're just talking about the personal style part. Because if you teach them about all the styles that suit them, but they then go and buy it in a bad color, it's still a bad buy. So if you start with color and they buy a bad style, it's still a bad buy. So really, color and style are equal. So if you do one, I would really suggest that you aim to do the other. If you do color and style, you get business building for free anyway. So, and don't forget all those extra bonuses you get. I mean, it's way more worth than that. So I would suggest, if you can, on top of that, if you register to do the full course, we will give you an extra $200 bonus, which will allow you to spend that money on some tools, or maybe the training manuals to get you going. So that's also an extra incentive, but that's only if you sign up in the next 24 hours. So that's our course. I hope you've been suitably impressed. We know that there actually isn't a course anywhere like the value and the in-depth and the what's in it. No one beats our course. But anyway, it's totally over to you now. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be sending you a replay of this session should you want to watch it again. So thanks again, and have a great day. Bye.
Thanks, Elise.